So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all? I hope you all are doing very well. In today's video, I will try to trade based on candlestick psychology. Actually, in candlestick psychology, support, resistance, and some chart and candlestick patterns are mainly used. So here, first of all, I am finding a chart with good movement in which I have seen a resistance. So here I have placed a $300 trade in the downward direction. I will take a horizontal line here and try to set the level. So I have set this level on the upper side from where the market movement has been bearish. And here we can also call it a very good double bottom pattern and a multiple time rejection candlestick pattern. So from where the market movement is showing bearish and on the lower side where this long wick is formed, I can set a very good support level there. Because if any wick becomes long on the lower side, then the support level starts from there. Here we can say that the buyers become active. And if a long wick is formed on the upper side, then a bearish movement is shown, indicating that the market movement can remain bearish. So accordingly, understanding this psychology, I have drawn support and resistance here. And accordingly, I have placed a trade here as the market movement is staying bearish in a very good way. And this candle's closing and formation is also resulting in a bearish candle, which I placed. And according to how it's going, finally, my trade here has been profitable and a very good bearish candle has formed here. So the resistance level is above. From there, the market has to be bearish. At least the market will come to its support level. And I won't say at all that only red candles will form. Some retracement candles can also form here. So here I will try changing the chart again to find one with good movement where I can see support and resistance and long wicks, because when there are long wicks, support and resistance levels can be set correctly. So in this way, I am trying to find a chart like this. So in this chart, I have already set support and resistance here, which has also worked quite correctly here. And there is a resistance level here and it is trying its best. The market, this candle has become quite large, trying to break it. So it's a high volume candle. Thus, the next candle here can be green. So for this reason, I will place a trade for the upward direction. I have placed a $300 trade for the upward direction here. Although looking at it, this is a resistance here. Previously, the market has been bearish from here. But if we look at the candle, it has very good volume. If it weren't a high volume candle or if it was some kind of red doji, I could have thought that the sellers here are very less active. So here we can say the buyers in the market are less active. So buyers are quite active here, which is why it's showing that green candles have formed very well. So here the market movement can remain bullish. And how long will the market stay bullish? Until it reaches the good resistance level I've set above. In between, some reversal or retracement candles might also form. For market stability, because it's never possible for only red candles or only green candles to keep forming all the time. Both red and green candles form. And because of that, this chart is created. So guys, finally, this trade of mine here has been profitable. Okay. So I'll try to find a chart with some good movement here again, just taking a little time to look for one. So I'm trying to change this chart here and I'll see how the chart's movement is going here. And let me check the chart movement in CAD JPY. So the market movement is starting to be bearish from here, and previously a long candle with a long wick also formed, which might mean there's selling pressure here. So based on that wick, I've set the level here and I place it on the upper side. It's covered this wick, so this becomes a zone here. You could call it a seller's zone. So the market movement will be bearish, and because of that, I can place a trade in the downward direction. So finally, I have placed a trade of $300 in the downward direction. And I'll wait here for a bit until this candle closes, and some reversal candles have also formed here and there in between. These 4 consecutive candles turned green, and then on the 5th candle, a reversal, or you could say a retracement candle, formed. So candles form like this in between, and the mistake that usually happens for beginners is that most of the time they don't have knowledge of retracement candles and reversals, which leads to mistakes and losing money. So look, I think this trade of mine is going into a loss. So a loss can happen very easily here. It's not something to overthink. And let me tell you one thing, I'm not a financial advisor. Before placing any trade, definitely do your own research, because trading here is quite risky. So don't invest even $1 just because someone says so. So I've placed a double trade here in the downward direction because I feel that where I've set the levels, or you could say the seller's zone I've created, is quite strong. From there, the market movement should remain bearish. Okay, so the market will be bearish here, and maybe we can't decide on a particular candle, whether a green candle will form or a red one. We can look at the overall market by setting support and resistance, okay? Because anyway, many times if you look at the chart normally, the market movement will be both bearish and bullish. So how can we judge by just one particular candle? If the market is near the exact support level and near the exact resistance level, then we can get an idea from there whether the market might turn bearish or bullish. That's why we mostly try to find a chart with good movement so that there can be proper accuracy there. If we prefer a sideways chart, then green candles or red candles can form at any time. So it's not that easy to predict any candle. This is a very complicated thing. If any influencer or YouTuber claims this, it's completely wrong. It's not possible that you can predict any candle at any time. What candles are going to form here, it's not possible. Okay, we can look at the overall market a bit, whether it might stay bearish overall or bullish overall. And another important thing is that the main time frame for analysis here should be 5 or 15 minutes. It shouldn't be 1 minute. After analyzing and observing a 15-minute chart, you can place a 1-minute trade if you wish. That idea is better, but predicting any single candle is nearly impossible, so keep that in mind. Okay, a nice red candle has formed here where I've placed a double trade. Both of my trades here have been profitable. So guys, I've successfully recovered the loss from my previous trade quite well here. So I'll try to find a chart again and look for an opportunity based on the topic I've chosen for today. Candlestick psychology. In candlestick psychology, we study the psychology of a specific candle. It could be based on wicks or if the market was previously bearish at a certain level. Anyway, I'm looking for a chart with good movement to apply support and resistance. Let's check Euro USD. It's a great pair where support and resistance usually work well, so I'll use it. I'll also make a video on the best pairs soon. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so now so you don't miss any important upcoming videos. Important, and here I've placed a downward trade. The market turned bearish very quickly. It would have been better if the trade was placed slightly higher for a safety margin, but no matter. Now we wait for this candle to close, and I've set the resistance level at the top. And my first task is always to apply support and resistance on any chart because it's a very satisfying thing to do. Whenever I look at a chart, I apply support and resistance. This gives an idea of the overall market and how the flow might behave. And as I've set support and resistance here, the market has been bearish from this level at several points. So there's a high chance it stays bearish for the fourth or fifth time too, but we shouldn't blindly assume it will always stay bearish at this level. We can wait for a specific candle. It's possible that candle is a breakout candle and breaks through the market. When a breakout occurs, everyone knows that the scenarios change completely. So whenever you find an opportunity like a support or resistance level, or if you've set levels based on any high volume candle, especially if you've set levels with horizontal lines, you must wait for a specific candle for confirmation to see if buyers or sellers are truly active. If it's a support level, you need to see if buyers are truly active, which would lead to a green candle. If you're thinking of trading near a resistance level, you should wait for a red candle to form to see if sellers are truly active or not. And many times it also happens that the market is running near the resistance, but the buyers become very active there. So they even break their resistance level. So it breaks, a breakout happens, and then the scenario completely changes. The same concept works for the support level as well. So what's more important is the direction of the market movement, which is fine, but it's necessary to wait a little bit near the support and resistance for at least one candle, okay? And it's also said that if one candle turns green from the support level, then most of the time, 3 consecutive green candles form there. If it's a really good support level and 3 consecutive green candles form there, it's considered a very strong support level. That's what they say, okay? But we'll have to see it practically. After analyzing, we'll confirm whether this is actually true or not. For now, I just have to wait here a bit for this candle to close. And the market movement here is staying downward, and it has closed now. So guys, finally, this trade of mine has also been profitable here, okay? Okay, so I'll try to find a chart with good movement again, one with long wicks. You could say long wicks on any candle, and where the support and resistance are visible to me, and the moves for setting support and resistance are clearly visible in the market, okay? So finding this kind of chart is very important. As shown here, the market has been bullish in a very proper way at the support levels I set below, and from where I set the resistance, the market movement has been bearish. So these are called soft moves, showing that the market has truly been bullish or bearish from there. So I'll change the chart again and find one with good movement. I'm trying to find it here. So the market movement here could be bearish. So I've placed a $300 trade in the downward direction. Why could it be bearish here? Because as you can see, 4 candles went down, then it went bullish. After that, 3 candles down, then bullish, then 2 candles down, then bullish. And the market movement here will remain bearish because a pattern is being followed where some candles move upward, followed by a slight reversal. And then the same thing happens again, and again there's a reversal. So a pattern is being followed here. And let's consider this a small trend, that this kind of trend is going on in the market, which is what I followed here. So a red candle should form here. So I'll have to wait a bit for this candle to close. And let me tell you something important. I am not a financial advisor. Before placing any trade, please do your own research because trading is very risky. You can make a profit here, but you can also incur a loss. So please enter only after careful consideration. So guys, finally, this trade of mine has been profitable here. Okay, and the market movement has started to turn bearish here. So I'll try to find a chart with good movement again. As always, if I see a good opportunity, only then will I place a trade there. Otherwise, I'll avoid trades because my daily limit is 5 trades, which I've already reached. Even if I don't find an opportunity, I won't overtrade. If I do find one, it must be a very high probability setup. Only then will I consider it. So the market movement here has been quite bullish, but then it suddenly turned downward, indicating selling pressure. The candle psychology suggests that sellers are extremely active right now, especially with that long wick forming so quickly. Because of this, I might place a downward trade here. I've just placed a $300 trade in the downward direction. Now, I didn't base this trade on any support or resistance levels. I simply looked at the upper wick of the previous candle, which suggests that there's likely some selling pressure here. Okay, now this selling pressure usually lasts for about 3 to 4 candles. If you can recognize that sellers are active during that window, things can work out quite well for you. That's exactly what I looked for before placing this trade. If we look at the previous candle, it's bearish for one. And the candle after that also turned red with a long wick, which confirms the selling pressure and active sellers. That's why I decided to go with a downward trade here, okay? And one more important thing, if you haven't joined the Telegram group yet, the link is in the description. Make sure to join it for various benefits, and you can also ask me any questions you might have there. So guys, finally, this trade turned out to be profitable as well. And that's all for today. This is enough. So guys, the trading I focused on today was based on candlestick psychology. If you have any doubts at all, feel free to ask in the comments or you can message me on Telegram. And if there's any specific concept you're confused about, let me know in the comments. I'll make videos on those topics in the future to clear up all your doubts. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Until then, thank you.